What's up? What's up, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. So I want to go over some news for the Philadelphia Eagles. We have a lot to discuss regarding Isiah Rodgers officially coming back to this roster where he could be around the team. And we have news on the Eagles having a lot of interest in a running back in this draft. Want to go over it. So let's get into all the news.
We better turn. Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. On some more news for the Philadelphia Eagles, the draft is coming close, and, players are returning to this team. And another potential player returning to this team is Isiah Rodgers. Now, some news came out today regarding, or yesterday, whenever you're watching this video, there has been a lot of players that have been reinstated that were, that were suspended from the gambling issue. Isiah Rodgers was suspended all year last year. And I got to say, throughout the year last year, as bad as it was going to be and the crumble that the Eagles had last year, I got to say, Isiah Rodgers was working his tail off last year. He was wearing that white Eagles helmet. He was training his ass off and was really happy to see that he was just excited to get a fresh start somewhere else. And once he gets back, and I remember he had a tweet last week saying, please don't let 1 year fool you. I'm still me. Trust me. He put out a lot of tweets that a lot of fans, or maybe the league, has written him off, that he's not going to come back as the same player or something like that. I mean, really the only bad thing about Isiah Rodgers is he's just missed a year of football. I mean, other than that, it's just getting back into the groove of things, and I think he's overcompensated for the amount of training that he has done this past year and a half, and he's ready for the Eagles offseason program. Now, regarding the list of all the players that were there from being reinstated, his name wasn't on that list. But it looks like that Rodgers did put up some type of a highlight video today, an ending of him being in an Eagles jersey, which I thought was really cool. So he put up this big highlight video, which I really did like, and that he's coming back, and he's coming back into the league. And this is probably, for me, and I've said this for a while, is one of the most exciting players. One of the most exciting players coming to the Philadelphia Eagles because he has a big pedigree. He's a good special teamer as a kick returner, and to be honest with you, he's ranked as one of the highest cornerbacks year prior. You know what I mean? And the Eagles didn't waste any time to add more youth. What is he, 24 years old? I mean, I don't even know how old he is. 24, 25, I don't even know. Still very young. And, don't know what the Eagles are going to do with him. We heard from Jeffrey Lurie at the breakfast that they have high expectations for him, and, that he's well into their plans. Is he just a special teamer for the Eagles? Is he going to be an outside corner? I mean, with the amount of cornerbacks we have right now, I think this is the perfect unit depth-wise with a lot of youth. And Howie Roseman is really loving the youth movement. He is injecting the youth movement into this team, and that's fantastic, and that's how we should be doing it. I think he's going to make a lot of noise in camp, and I think the Eagles are going to have a lot of hard decisions to make. I'm telling you, I think there's going to be a lot of decisions to make this offseason, right before the season starts, at certain positions, especially at cornerback at the number 2 and on the inside, because I think nickel is wide open right now. So I'm thinking they're maybe going to cross-train him or do something. It could be a late, release on Bradbury at this point. I don't know. Well into camp, I have no idea. But I guess we'll find out. We'll see. And yes, the Bradbury contract is not impossible to get out of. If you do specific things with it, it's not. But Isiah Rodgers, glad he's at least, coming back. And it's not official yet, but we'll see. I'm probably the next week or two, hopefully he will be officially back, and we'll get this thing rolling. And he hasn't been around any teammates. He hasn't trained with teammates. He can't be around the team. He can't go to voluntary workouts. He can't do any of this because he's still on this list right now where he can't be around anybody. So hopefully this ends really soon. And I'm really excited to see a press conference from him and just see him in general. I feel really good about it. And one of the most exciting players coming into camp is going to be Isiah Rodgers. No doubt. No doubt. Now, second on the list, I want to go over a running back that the Eagles have a lot of interest in. It seems like it's been garnishing for a while. Multiple top 30 visits all around the league. Has been getting a lot of traction. Audric Estime from Notre Dame. Now, this is a guy that's almost like the Ezekiel Elliott lookalike at this point because he plays just like him. Now, 2023 with 18 touchdowns under his belt. It looks like he ran for 1,341 yards. Okay, adding 17 receptions for 142 scoreless yards, demonstrating versatility, 3-down back. That's awesome. Now, his projection is the day 3 pick, most likely. Like a lot of these running backs are going to be, just depending on. Because I don't think the running back class is as strong as everyone thinks it is. I think the free agency, there was so many backs available in free agency. I felt like there was just more value there than really the draft. The Eagles already have Saquon Barkley back there, but are the Eagles going to keep 3 running backs on this roster? They had that Price kid from the 49ers. He's like a shifty bruiser type guy. But this guy's only 5'11", 227, so he's not really, he's not a 235, 240 type back, but he likes to be physical, and he's like Ezekiel Elliott, good receiving back, 3-down, could potentially be a 3-down back in the future for a team, maybe. But in a rotation, I think he's fantastic. Now, he only had he only started in 2 games since I think his junior year, and then senior year he just broke out like crazy. And to have her be a receiving back, and he's a fantastic. He picks up blitzes so well. Fantastic blocker in the backfield, picks up blitzes really well, does everything that you want him to do as a running back. So he's just had some late success in Notre Dame and played really well, and a lot of teams have interest, and the Eagles seem to have a lot of interest right now. So, I've never watched this kid, just heard about him, just read a few things about him. So, wondering if the Eagles have interest in a running back, adding a number 3 or adding another body on the 3rd day, and could be a potential guy coming to the Eagles on a rotation. Instead of just being Saquon Barkley, and I think you could have another guy like this. Kenneth Gainwell's contract is done after this year. He is a free agent after this year, so I don't think they'll sign him back if he plays really well. But I think they want to add somebody else here that's really going to help Kellen Moore, his system. Especially he likes to use these running backs out of the backfield. He really likes to get these guys and receiving the ball a lot. Did a lot with Austin Eckler, receiving the ball, and I think seeing the sample size of what the Giants have done with Saquon Barkley in the passing game, when he pretty much has been the face of the offense with no other weapons and no protection. We've seen what Saquon Barkley could do with the ball in his hands, but getting another guy out of the draft that could help that situation in a rotation would be perfectly fine. So I'm really excited. I feel like I think the 3rd day will be, it'll be mysterious, because I think the Eagles will garnish some needs, but we'll see some high ceiling type players. But if they see this kid as a rotational guy that could start right now and handle it well, then I have nothing against it. Whether it's going to be the 3rd day at running back, 3rd day of the draft, or it's going to be the undrafted free agent pool, which is going to be another interesting thing when they pick up these undrafted free agents down the line, to see if maybe, the Eagles do hit on undrafted guys that have had some starting experience, which is pretty damn good. So to add another running back in the mix would be awesome, and I can't wait for it. But other than that, that's pretty much it. It looks like Isiah Rodgers coming back to the Philadelphia Eagles. It's just not official yet, but it looks like it's going to happen really close. It's really close. It's really soon. Can't wait for him to join this corner group, and obviously the interest right now in Audric Estime. A lot of teams have had him on pre-draft visits, and looks like the Eagles are one of those teams as well. So we'll see what happens at running back. The future at running back, besides Saquon Barkley in the rotation, with a couple guys here right now, and could add more bodies obviously for camp, which makes sense. So I get it. Could look at this kid as a bona fide rotational, do everything type back. And I think that's how they look at him. So, we'll see what happens. But other than that, guys, pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all the news today. What do you guys think about Isiah Rodgers? What is he going to contribute to this team? And let me know what you guys think about Audric Estime, if anybody has, has watched him play a lot. So see what happens. You guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shakes what up, follow, slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.